This show is sponsored by the Trendy Forbes graphic apparel and more. The Trendy Forbes sells graphic t-shirts, tumblers, and infant apparel. They're a family-operated small business located in Palm Coast, Florida. They ship worldwide. Follow the Trendy Forbes on Facebook and ask how you can host your very own t-shirt party. By hosting your own party, you have the opportunity to earn free gifts. They have designs for everyone. I can personally attest to the quality of the shirts as they are super cozy, and Jen is more than happy to work with you on new designs. And be sure to check out thetrendyforbes.com. The website is being updated weekly. When you need some new shirts or a gift for a loved one, think the Trendy Forbes. Tonight's show is sponsored by Queen Bee Cleaning Company. Queen Bee Cleaning Company services Wayne County and the surrounding areas within a 1-hour radius. Their services include residential cleaning, commercial cleanings, post-construction cleanups, move-ins and move-outs. Yes, they do the packing and cleaning for you. Real estate cleanings, deep cleans, event cleanups, window cleaning, interior, exterior, and screens, junk removal, and boat detailing. Yes, you heard that right, boat detailing. You can hire them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, one-time jobs as needed. It doesn't matter. They offer all natural cleaning options as well using chemical-safe products. All estimates are free. When you need to find a cleaning company, think Queen Bee, because when your environment is clean, you feel happy, motivated, and healthy. To contact them for all of your cleaning needs, call 570-229-3959 or email them at qbcleaningcompany@gmail.com.
All right, y'all, it's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts podcast.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the NDT podcast. What is going on, Justin and Aaron?
Oh, hey, hi.
Don't everybody speak first.
Like who first? Who gets to go first?
I was waiting for him just to see how long it was going to take.
You're so nice.
Mm.
You're senior guy. You're senior guy. I got to give you your red carpet.
Yeah.
Red sweatshirt.
I'm wearing the red carpet. Don't worry.
What's up, Jeannie?
What's up, cuz?
So, been a few weeks. Last week we had a little bit of an issue with some wind, some storms, stuff like that, blackouts. Witness protection was terrible, but we missed a week. Well, we're back this week.
We're here.
We're here. I guess that's a success.
Physically,
Yeah.
we're here.
Physically, we're here. So I think tonight's going to be a lot of the nonsense portion of our show title. So that's just my guess. Jeannie wants to know how it's going. Aaron, I'll let you answer that one.
I'm decided yet. I'm still coming down off today. It was a long day. So
How high did you get? You can't. You're a cop. Never mind.
not yet. Not yet.
Fifth.
Why I see Marissa, she did comment last time. Can we still get merch through the Trendy Forbes?
Yeah, I can give her our designs, and I'm sure that she can put something up.
Yeah, because Marissa was wondering about merch for the podcast, and I think we should maybe talk to her and see if she can get some more t-shirts and stuff for us.
Yeah, she'll definitely get it up there. It's just we got to remember with her, the turnaround time is not as quick as with when we had the website, because she's a one-man show where she's at, so it takes her time to get the product and do the pressing and send it all out. So, but yeah, she can definitely throw something up. I'm sure I'll get in touch with her and we'll get something going.
I'll let you know what's on the web when it's on the page, Marissa, because I know you wanted some stuff. So if it's just t-shirts and tumblers, that's cool.
Yeah, super simple. We'll keep it simple this time.
Yeah, too much stuff going on. No one wants to buy shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think tonight I want to start off with a question that might be fun, difficult to answer. I don't know. But what is the worst piece of advice you've ever been given? And did you end up taking that
one already?
Did we ask that one? I don't know if we did that. Did we do that one? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, we'll move on. I don't
I don't
remember
think
doing that
Justin
one.
answered it though.
No, I did. I can't remember
Was that
what
the
my
end?
answer was.
Was that the end of the last show? Oh my god, it's been so long.
No,
since I went
this
through these
was-
questions.
we're looking a couple weeks ago.
Well, that's what I
went
mean.
through
The
that.
last time we hit
Months.
these questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been a
You
while
guys-
since we
so
touched on
I've-
these
I
ones.
found a new show to keep me occupied,
Did you?
Oh
to keep
God.
my ears occupied. Have you guys ever listened to the You Should Know podcast or seen the reels? That's where I found them.
You should know.
Was on reels and shorts and shit. It's this guy Cam and Peyton.
No, I don't know this one.
The one dude's like this milk white dude. The other guy's like I think he said his mom's German. He's like half white, half black. So he's black.
Is that how that works?
Well,
Jesus. Christ. We're not even 5 minutes into this.
We love you.
I mean it in the best
I
way
love you guys.
possible because he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He doesn't know as much as he thinks he does, but some of the shit they get on because of this guy Peyton, like he's got no common sense. I think they spent a good 15 minutes.
A good 15 minutes.
15 minutes on how gas gets into your car. He didn't understand that trucks delivered gas into pumps that were underground, and then they were pumped out through the pump. Dude,
So what did he think?
they're
Did he
hilarious.
did he think that
I don't think he ever got to answer it.
did he think that it was like something was like it was drilled right into the ground underneath the gas station? They were just pumping
I think he
gas
thought there was
up
like
out
a
of-
pipeline of it that went to all the gas stations. I don't know.
Golly, man.
You know, I usually have something to say about everything, and I'm speechless right now.
I mean, the infrastructure it would take to manage something like that. I mean, even in a small town like this, you see all the gas stations popping up, man. You got like 5 in a half mile of each other.
And 5 auto parts stores.
Yeah, that's gonna
There's
be
another one coming.
yeah, that's what we're saying. Like, so why does it what is it? AutoZone now? AutoZone is building a store where
Why didn't they
much
just go
beloved
back into
a much
Why didn't they
beloved
just go back
restaurant
to
used
the
to be.
building that they used to have by the Little League fields? That was an AutoZone.
Was it really? I thought it was a private
That
garage
has
up
been
there.
open in our lifetime. My dad used to go there to get his parts for his car.
Marissa.
That's crazy. But yeah, they put it right next to a Napa. And down the road, there's a DG Nichols. Down past that, there's Advanced Auto. Up the other way, you got A&A.
And Napa right next to it.
This whole concept is like wiping before you shit. Makes no sense.
Yeah. It's perfect though. I mean, it keeps us going. You know, we are a tourist town, so why not bring in something else for that? Right?
Yes, Marissa Hobby Lobby is going to be epic.
Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
said Peyton and Cam. I know their names, Chris. They're hilarious.
Aaron, if you're
That's
still in
great.
here, the color of the day is yellow, sir. Yellow.
Color of the day is yellow. I'm sure you guys will hear more about this tomorrow
I
night.
guess Bailey wore yellow.
Tomorrow night when Justin and Aaron host their wrestling show where they discuss the latest news and topics from the WWE. Make sure you tune in 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
Like how
This-
Bailey and Rollins are dressed. We'll get there.
Freaking Rollins always dressing like a damn quilt. But anyway,
Aaron
I'll
wants it
come
to
up with
be
that one.
orange, and I'll explain that
At
tomorrow.
least he's comfortable.
tourist town with people who have the bare bones for insurance. Robbie says build an in and out. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. We got Burger Shack. I don't think we need an in and out. I love Burger Shack. That place is great.
I
love that place.
yes,
So
it's
good.
expensive, but that place is so freaking good.
Just this
Yeah.
comment, Justin, is in reference to Seth
I know.
Rollins. But so since we're on the topic of our hometown and all the wonderful things they're doing here, why don't you guys tell me? It doesn't have to. I mean, I guess we could all talk about Honesdale. Justin, I know you're over in Archibald now, so you can tell us about that place. But what are the best things about your
I
town?
know anything about this town?
Probably not. Do you spend any time there
Don't
other
fucking
than when
leave
you're
my
home?
house.
What are the best things about your town, and what are the worst things about your town? Give us something bad, but then give me something good too.
Yeah, I don't know enough about my town to give you that.
So
I
give
know
me
something-
Honesdale.
I know something bad about your town. The street you live on.
Yeah.
Well, that
That's
helps,
that's
yeah.
a ski slope, dude. That's not even a road.
Listen, but I like it. It keeps people away.
No, it doesn't. Yo, Aaron, you'll have to message me. I will talk because that was funny. I don't even want to know how that went.
Marissa says Waymart Hotel pizza. Was that the good thing or the bad
gross.
thing?
Is gross.
Tell me why it's gross, Justin. I know the answer, but tell us all
because
why
it's
you
Old
think
Fort
it's gross.
style and it's not fucking pizza.
And it has American cheese on it, right?
It's not fucking pizza.
Oh my god! Yeah, with Aaron in here, man, we're gonna get into WWE stuff. We gotta save that for tomorrow. Oh man, asking the dude that door dashes everything so he doesn't have to leave his house.
Yeah, it's true.
Mike Sylvester says, worst part about my state, Phil Murphy. Best part about my state, Phil Murphy will be gone after November. Jesus. Delicious. My landlord pays me to say that. So I don't know. With Honesdale, I'm gonna tell you, I think the worst part about it, and I know it's a big tourist town and it's a big thing here now. I think to me, that's probably the worst thing about the town, because when I was younger, yeah, it's kind of touristy, but it was still quiet. You saw that peaceful country town feel. And now it's just like I feel like everything's getting built up. And I guess that's something that comes with time. As time moves on, everything gets built up more and more. It's inevitable. But there's just, I don't know. It just seems a lot more hectic in town anymore. I mean, we got the one-way streets going both ways now. You see so many pedestrians getting
that
hit.
Town ever fucking did.
Best thing, but I mean, for some reason, since putting in the one-way streets, people are getting hit at crosswalks all the time now, man. People treat them like passing lanes instead of like just two regular lanes.
That's because people drive like assholes. Let's be honest.
I think it's two-parter. I think people drive like assholes, and I think people don't pay attention when they're walking.
Well, and here's the thing, and I've had this experience 100 times over. People think because it's a state law, you have to yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk, that people are just automatically going to yield when you walk out in the crosswalk.
Yeah,
you got to look
smart.
Just like when you were a kid. Look both ways before crossing the street. Do it because you're going to get whacked.
Yeah.
Essentially, treat it like it's fucking New York. You ain't gonna cross the street in New York with cars coming,
dude. Alex almost listen.
Stop.
The one time I went to New York City, Alex almost did cross because the crosswalk light said walk, and she started to walk, and I had to grab a hold of her as a car flew by at like 65 miles an hour.
You got to wait like 10 seconds after the light turns green to let the last asshole through.
Forget New York.
Yep.
But so now I'll just bounce back with the positive thing about Honesdale. I still think it's a beautiful town. I still think it's beautiful here. I think the surrounding areas are beautiful. And for the most part, all the people that live here tend to be kind and caring about the community and their neighbors and whatnot. To me, it's just the summertime when you have the tourists here and the people that are coming in from out of state. It gets to be a little hectic, and that's when you run into a lot of the rude people, ignorant people. But it is what it is.
See, the worst thing about that town now for me is the fact that they're trying to cater to all these idiots. You're getting all these little fucking hipster stores popping up everywhere in town. And then you got the second idiot mayor in a row in that town.
Oh God.
I've seen some like the shit the council's meeting for. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Over sidewalk chalk.
Oh no, I didn't see this. Over sidewalk chalk.
Oh, there's a big deal about sidewalks needing to be like meeting their code, and if not anymore, if you're gonna redo your driveway, it has to match they want it to match the town's drainage and all of that shit. You're gonna need permits to fucking top your
You got to make sure
driveway and
it's
shit.
pitched the right way.
Yeah,
So I
the drainage,
understand that part.
the drainage, I understand. But tell me this too. Like I thought the sidewalks in town were a public space, but I also heard that you are, as a homeowner, responsible for that sidewalk outside of your home or business. So
Absolutely.
if there is something wrong with the sidewalk, you are responsible and liable if anything goes wrong.
You're
Someone
also
gets hurt on it.
responsible for clearing it 24 hours after the snow or storm event is over.
The storm, I understand, but like the sidewalks in general, being responsible for like ripping it up and replacing it too.
Yep. So
tell me here's something I have. Like if the town goes through and they're planting trees and bushes along the road, on the street, by the sidewalk, and those roots end up pushing up your sidewalk, you are responsible for fixing that? That's crazy.
That's why, if you guys notice, there are no trees in front of my house. There used to be 3. They came through and were trimming the trees because of the lines, and the trees were actually growing into my windows of my house. I said, take them down, because I knew that was going to happen. The sidewalks were going to start going up. So now those trees are gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are a lot of smoke shops on Main Street and in Honesdale in general. They're popping up everywhere.
Yep.
Waymart is complaining about lights for wrong one, for their softball league.
Oh, I'm staying out of this one.
I didn't hear that one.
Oh.
He's staying out of it. I didn't hear about it.
Marissa, we'll talk. Yeah, it's
softball.
So
youth softball or men's softball?
No,
it's the Homer Dome.
The Homer Dome's been catching a lot of shit, and they're not being allowed to put up their lights. They have the money for the lights now. Finally, I think they have all they need to get the lights up, and now they're catching shit.
Well, the polls are wrong. It's a big mess. It's a big mess. They're actually turning the entire field, so home plate is going to be up by the road, and you're going to have to hit the ball towards the tree line. It's all Cal Ripken Little League stuff. I just I can't.
Really? So now
that's a borough owned field, isn't it? Because I know the borough is giving them shit about the lights. Oh yeah, you can't say anything.
So now you got these
speculate.
guys. You got these guys who hit the ball a mile in the men's softball leagues coming in for the home.
Now you're going to be hitting the backs of houses.
Yeah, now you're going to hit houses.
Well, there's one house over there, which I understand, and then there's trees. I get both sides of it. I just don't.
The house already gets hit.
Yeah, I don't like it. It does. No, Marissa, don't apologize.
People are going to hit Justin's old apartment.
Yeah,
that you hit it that far. Good, God bless you. That's a shot.
At the end of the day, I think when the field is done, it's going to be gorgeous. I just don't like the clashes that's been going on. Just build the field. Just build the field and be done.
They already had a field.
Of course. Still do, Mike.
It was falling apart. They're getting new dugouts. I mean, it's going to be gorgeous. There's going to be a snack bar across the street. Like, if you guys haven't been down there, go drive through and see. There's a lot of work being done, but
maybe I'll have to check it out.
It's nice. Next time I'm down there, I'll take some pictures for you. It's different, but.
So I also heard that the YMCA got funding and they're going to be moving their building.
Yeah.
Wayne County YMCA.
I've heard that.
So I heard it was going to be up on Spinner Road. There's a property, someone donated property up on Spinner Road.
Oh, maybe.
Where
And
the fuck is that?
Spinner Road is across from the end of Grove Street, right off of 191.
Up 191.
Yeah, I've heard that for a while. Though.
Yeah, so did I, but I heard they finally got the funding. I don't know when they're going to. I got to find out. I need to look into this because I hear they're going to build a building. They're going to have a pool there. They're going to build soccer field, baseball field, all kinds of stuff up there. So that'll be interesting to see.
I had the YMCA mixed up with the Sports Factory. Factory is going to Beach Lake.
Sports Factory is right next to my dad. Okay, they're in that field right there on your way. It's just before Beach Lake. They broke ground last year. Okay, they got this nice piece of land. They broke ground last year, and I expected to see all of this work being done throughout the year. They basically leveled out where the infield is, right? Then they rolled out some turf and immediately started throwing practices together on there. So the kids are playing out there just for practice. They have a a batting tunnel, like a hitting tunnel with the net, and then they have the infield. Then they mowed out into the outfield, and then that was it. That's all they've done. I fully expected a lot more work to get done last year because they were going to have the ball field. They were going to have like 2 soccer fields, parking lot. Nothing. I'm still waiting for that. So I'm curious to see how much
the
they
big
get done this
plan
year.
that they were going to have. They had for White Mills.
They did a little bit on White Mills. The field down there looks nice, but
The field down there is gorgeous.
There's only so much you could do. Lador got 1,000+ acres. What is this?
Marissa,
for?
what are you doing with that Lake Lador out in Waymart? Marissa, what are you going to do with that property?
Opie, as soon as we started talking about Homer Dome, that's exactly what I started thinking about.
Aaron, can you steal first base? Just that. I'm asking, like,
No.
that's a question. Yeah, you can.
It's been 7 years, right?
Out. I had 2 assholes walk into my apartment when I lived in Waymart saying, throwing a base at me, saying, "See, you can fucking steal first base."
Oh my God. I think all the bases have been removed. I don't know where they are, so I'll ask if I can procure
I returned it. I returned it.
Yes, he's a good Samaritan. He saw some wrongs had been done, so he had to correct them.
No, all I kept thinking is my little brother's not going to have first base.
So now thinking about this, saying you can steal first base, what if you strike out, catcher drops the ball, and you run to first and get first? Could that technically be considered stealing first?
Mm-mm.
No, that's just a strikeout.
I don't like
you
it.
got on base with.
I don't like it. I never liked that. I never liked it.
You wanted
growing up.
You wanted to get credit
score.
for a stolen base for that?
Yes. I always wanted to get. I didn't get many stolen bases, man. It was never fast.
You weren't making it to first after a strikeout then.
If it went back to the long backstops there, I had a shot. Hey, to be fair, I did steal third base a couple times in college. That was pretty good.
Pass ball?
Actually, twice. No, twice was straight up steal, but that's because the pitchers were terrible, and I got a huge lead.
Justin, I feel like you right now because you're really blurry. Whoa. What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny? It is scored as a passed ball, reached on error. Oh man. Anything else local that we can hit on? I don't know. That went off.
No.
Usually does.
Can we talk about the booze that Juan Soto heard today at his spring training game against the Yankees?
You can.
Oh, wow. Salty Yankee fans.
I am not salty. I told you I'm glad he is not there anymore. Just because of the money.
I can't.
Come to us wanting to overpay him. Went somewhere else that wanted to overpay him.
Well, I was talking to Chris about this yesterday. He's actually very smart because his opt-out is in how many years? 2. And that's at the
5.
very end.
I thought it was 5.
He's got an opt-out after 2. They have to give him a raise for the next 5. Then he's got another one after that. But he's very smart because the next CBA ends next year, which would be second year.
Aaron's telling you to save that for Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll shut my mouth. Yeah, Aaron wants me to come on and talk some Yankees with him.
But that's on his show. This is our show. It's different. You can talk about anything.
I don't want to. He doesn't want me to burn my energy up. And Hannah, no.
It's not in your contract. He didn't make you sign a contract, man.
That's true. I need a contract. It's true. Not Soto money. Judge money.
Oh, God. Now I got more people sniping my goddamn crew. Cool.
Go O's. Hannah, Justin and I had a privilege of being at the Yankees game when they beat the Orioles to clinch the division last year.
I was rooting for the Orioles wearing
Yankee know you stuff. Were. He was. Silently.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we were with the creatures. I wasn't rooting out loud. Are you fucking crazy?
Justin knew, but he's going to get beat up. Justin was going to get beat up. That was a cool experience out there for him. I was glad to see him in Brad.
No, he's not, Robbie. He ain't going nowhere. because he can opt out all he wants, but he doesn't have the decision of whether he stays or not. That still lies with Cohen. If he opts out,
you don't make the playoffs this year, he's going to opt out.
That's fine. And Cohen is going to turn around and be like, no, you're not. Here's the extra $5 million a year, because that's Cohen's choice, not Soto's. That's the way that contract was written.
Can I just say that it's still one of the dumbest contracts in Major League Baseball history? Any sports, any sports.
Shohei Ohtani's contract?
Yeah, and that's stupid too. Let me tell you, I am not a fan of anything bigger than a 3 to 5 year contract. Not a fan. These 10-year deals that are so common now, stupid. 15 years? Get out of here. Nothing is guaranteed as these players get older, man.
Sounds like a salty Braves fan.
No, I wouldn't want to pay anybody that much. If I was a manager, I couldn't, man.
So
that's just crazy.
Good thing the manager doesn't pay him.
I think he meant the general manager. So
general manager doesn't pay him either.
So Corey, I'll ask you this: knowing how good Chipper Jones was in his prime, you would not have signed him to anything more than a 5-year contract.
No, because you got to see if they're going to stay healthy.
The Braves let Freddie Freeman walk,
and that was stupid. They had to make a deal. They had to make a deal. As much as I love these players, I do want them to come back, but I don't want to give them a 15-year deal or a 10-year deal up front. Because nothing's guaranteed, man. Someone's health can go downhill real quick. Their gameplay, like, I'm a fan of, you have to earn your pay. You have to earn it. Because what I've seen lately is all these big deals, these players get their contracts and then they slack off. I don't see it being worth it. I think you got to play for your deal. You got to play for your contract.
That's a double-edged sword. I see what you're saying, but if you get them to a minimal number for those 10 years, look at Judge. I'll use Aaron Judge as an example. He was climbing up, broke their home run record, signs a massive deal. He followed it up with another MVP season this year. So if he keeps getting better, you're going to have to pay him more. Judge is getting older. Judge is older. He made the show late. But we'll say with Soto, as much as I don't agree with the money, the guy's a good ball player. If he opts out after year 2 and goes off these next 2 years, you're going to have to pay him more to keep him. I don't like these opt-outs. If you sign the contract, that's it. That's it. You're done. You're here. Injuries, you're gone, whatever. But baseball has a really big problem.
Simmons says Boris clients tend to always get the bag, so him leaving before year 2 of this deal wouldn't be smart business. Hannah says Lamar Jackson contract.
Oh,
I haven't seen that.
Albatross. So dumb.
Yeah.
But now Josh Allen.
Did he get more than Allen?
Not now. Allen's contract's bigger.
Oh.
Which, again, I'm a Bills guy. I don't agree with it. There's so much money tied up in that quarterback now.
Serious. You got Pujols too. Pujols was the first one I saw that really stuck out to me. And then I started paying attention to the deals after that. It's just, I don't know, man.
See, I'm not everybody wants to bring up the Trout deal, but I think he gave them a fucking discount when he signed with them or renewed with them that first time for 10 years. I thought he gave him a discount. He had another year on his contract, and that motherfucker would have gone out and made bank.
He did, but the problem is his injury history, and I think that's what.
Yeah, now he can't stay healthy. The Angels own 3 of the worst contracts in recent history.
Mm-hmm.
Trout. Well, I hate saying Trout because I love Mike Trout. Rendon is probably the worst one. I think he's played 45 games his entire contract.
Just still playing him.
And Pujols.
Pujols in theory was a good signing, but he just
it was too late in his career to do it.
Simmons, we're not talking. No. Stop it.
So I'm going to go back up to Opie's question now because I wanted to get all the little stuff out of the way real quick. Aaron Simmons, yes, I do. I'm all for players getting the bag. That's good. Good on the players. But as a team, I'm going to say that scares me. Opie asks me, do you feel you should be paid your worth and want long-term security? Now, listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and compare what I do for a living to what these guys do for a living. They are getting bank
I am getting fucking pennies compared to what they're getting. I don't give a shit. I can't compare the two. And maybe that's me being salty because I don't get that kind of money, but I have a hard time comparing the two. Do I want long-term security? Sure. But at the same time, if I'm working at my job and I do a shitty job of it and my production level goes down over the years and I'm costing my company money and I'm not helping them anymore, they're going to get rid of me. They're going to fire me. No penalty to them. They're going to fire me. It's not the same as when you have a contract with a professional sports team. It's not the same. I can't compare the two. Do I want long-term security? Sure. And as a player, do they want long-term security? Sure. But man, they're getting 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures compared to my crap. So I can't compare them. I just can't.
I think every professional contract in any sport should be your base salary, and everything else is incentives built into it. So you want to sign a 10-year deal at the league minimum?
Okay.
Go for it. You want more money? Earn it.
I could get down with that.
There's plateaus, 20 home runs, 30 home runs, 40 home runs. Okay, we'll give you an extra couple million.
Never going to see that.
Never going to see it, but that's how it should be.
Incentive-based is nice. I can get behind that.
My job is the perfect example. I get a base salary, and based on my performance, I will get a bonus on top of that.
So
every quarter.
Let me go to another point so that people don't think that I'm just being salty about all this. Do I think that professional athletes are paid too much? I'm going to tell you no, because they're paid a percentage of what's brought in. So if we didn't pay these players what they're getting paid, then management, the people that are owning the teams, making all these decisions, all the bigwigs, they're the ones that are going to pull all this money, and you're not going to see any of it with the players. No. So I'm cool with the players making their money. I'm just saying I'm not a fan of the long-term contracts in Major League Baseball or any professional sport for that matter.
So the money and the years are what the owners have to eat. At the end of the day, it's the owner making that decision.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like if I was the owner, if I was the one in charge of putting out the contracts, I could not say, "Yep, guaranteed you're getting this much money for 10 years." I'm the kind of person who's like, you got to earn your contract.
I think you think differently. Because as an owner, your goal is you want to win. I'll use Steve Cohen.
But if you're guaranteeing
came into New
these
York
people
saying, I want a World Series in 5 years, I don't care what it costs. He's showing he doesn't care what it costs. I told Aaron all year last year Juan Soto was going to be a Met because no one was going to outpay Uncle Steve.
It's true. It's a true story. He did call that one. But
if Steve Cohen has somebody he wants on his team because he thinks he can win with them, he's going to pay them whatever it takes. Look at Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander. 2 40-something-year-old pitchers came to the Mets making $42 fucking million a year. And they both pitched maybe 6 games. I don't even think Verlander made that.
Oh, I'm trying to read all these comments.
I know. I'm trying to understand that one. You go ahead. You go ahead and read.
Simmons, this is for you. Because Kelly is spot on. The Bills will unseat the Chiefs. Wait and see.
So you brought up the players making a portion of what's brought in by the league. What do you think of this possible WNBA strike?
Let's be honest. Does anybody even watch the?
Oh, I'm into it just because it's fucking hilarious. We want to make more. Cool, bring in money.
Yeah,
they got to promote that
because
league
you
better.
get Caitlin Clark come in, and everybody wants to make a big stink over her because she's a fantastic ball player, and she deserves the attention she's getting. But people fucking hate it. And now you want to say crazy. You want to get paid more because she's going to make more money. She makes more money than anybody there. And the WNBA had the best year ever last year in 25 years, and they still lost $40 million.
Yeah, and man, it's all about what you bring in. You get paid what you bring in.
They want to get paid the same. They
wouldn't survive.
Out, I think.
They wouldn't survive.
Well, they said they don't want to make what the men make. They want to make the percentage the men make. People have gone through and done the math. and they would have to pay $60,000 each to play.
That's what I'm saying. If you're saying that the league lost money still, they're not making anything because it's the NBA that subsidizes them, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah. And that's, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy stance to have, is to say, I need more money. I deserve more money, but you're not bringing it in. And maybe that's not on,
especially
that's not on the girls.
Rebound queen.
That's not on the girls for the way they play, because, you know, some of them are really talented. It's just, it's like Aaron said, it's the promotion. They're just not promoting it.
And
right.
some of them aren't and think they are.
Yeah. They're just not, they just don't promote it right. They don't give them enough airtime. They need TV deals of their own.
Yep. They need to push the league more.
Yeah.
It's not bad basketball. I've watched a few games, but not many people watch it. It's a shame.
Have you ever seen Angel Reese play?
No.
Rebound, brick. Rebound, brick. Rebound, brick.
So
She
basically,
gets a double-double in the first 5 minutes. Well,
because she's getting her
10
own
rebounds
rebounds
in the first 5 minutes.
the female version of Dennis Rodman.
Except Dennis Rodman knew he couldn't shoot and would try to pass the ball.
That's a true story.
So
The
these guys are
worm.
trying to go back over to NFL. Opie says, don't overlook the Chargers or Texans. And Sirius says he's sleeping on both of them.
I'm surprised you're still awake, bro.
They're gonna be tough.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, he's on the same page. They have talent,
Yep.
just not correctly managed.
Who did the Chargers just bring in? They just signed somebody.
I don't know.
I
But
don't know if
Justin,
I'm being honest.
Justin, can you talk to us about the big signing for the Giants?
Jameis Winston. It's about to be a fun 2 years.
We're gonna
It
eat
is
some
about
W's.
to be a. I don't care. It is about to be a fun 2 years.
You think
We're
so?
still gonna suck. But Chris said it the other day when I was talking to him about it. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I can get on board with that. Jameis Winston's going to throw for over 5,000 yards, but also have 40 interceptions. That's how it's going to be.
You're going to be
Like,
hating.
as long as
Jameis.
he doesn't hurt our chances at getting Arch Manning next year.
Arch, man,
I'm
you're still
okay.
high on that, huh?
Absolutely.
I think the Giants are high on it too. I was talking to Brady about this too the other night,
they've been
and I think they're
tanking
going to
for him?
trade. No, they're going to trade. I think even if because I said to him, watch the Giants do really well, and they make the playoffs for some unforeseen reason, and now their draft pick is really low. They're going to sell the farm just to get this Manning kid because of his last name.
And because
gonna-
he's good.
That's true, but still, they're going to trade their future away to help this kid just to get him. The Giants are going to fumble this one.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, recent
I don't think
recent history
Jameis
shows they
improves
fumble
us that
everything.
much.
You what?
I don't think we improve that much with Jameis.
No, I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying just watch it happen. Where the
Yeah.
rest- I mean, who else is in the East that's going to get? I mean, obviously Washington and Philadelphia are teams to beat there.
Yeah, the
So
Skins
you've
and
got-
the Eagles.
Yeah, you got the Cowgirls and the Giants. So
Can you imagine? Can you imagine fucking
if
Dallas
Dallas
drafts
does just
Manning?
to spite them, But then you
100%.
got
And
Dak
then he doesn't
Prescott.
sign because Grandpa gets involved.
Right.
we see another Eli situation.
I don't think they'd let him go to Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
Robbie
are not
thinks so
drafting
too.
Sanders.
That was, I mean, I heard a lot of that talk this year. Leading up to
Travis
the draft,
Hunter is
they were
the
talking
pick at
about that.
3. Travis Hunter is the pick at 3. It has to be. If he's still there. I mean, there's no saying he's still going to be there, but
Who knows, Opie? I read a couple of different articles that talked about how they were interested in him. But they were also saying, I mean, they're probably outlandish ones. They're still talking about, they get him and then they get Dion, it's a package deal. I don't know, man.
I don't want Dion either.
They're still all in on Russell Wilson. You think they get him even after getting Jameis?
I saw that too.
Steelers are in after Aaron Rodgers. I hope Aaron's there. He is.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm usually all about giving coaches some time, but I feel like Dayball has had his time.
Why am I being fucking yelled at? What, Ma?
What did
I
you
don't
do?
know. You get a QB and it buys you the window. Maybe. I don't know, man. I just don't even hold out hope. I didn't even watch the Giants much last year. I watched two games for like 10 minutes a piece and shut the TV off.
No.
Well,
well.
not really.
Yes and no.
You could tell by the cough.
I knew I was getting yelled at too. See,
I figured that's what it was for. He's got a diffuser on in the room, Annie. It's a diffuser.
It's a smoke eater.
Yeah. Why don't you want Aaron Rodgers, man? He got you.
honestly, I wanted Aaron Rodgers on the Giants
Why?
I'm surprised they didn't take him.
because that would have guaranteed Arch Manning.
It's a true story.
He would have collected the money in New York just like he did last time.
Annie,
And I'd have been okay with that.
Annie, it's not nicotine that he's smoking.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry.
It's a diffuser.
God damn, Ma, I thought you knew me.
Oh my God. What else you got you want to talk about sports wise? Everyone seems to be into the sports talk tonight, so let's go with it.
God.
It's hit or miss, man. You guys, y'all hit or miss. Sometimes we got the sports guys in here, sometimes we don't. Love it.
I'm
It's
just
almost
excited to
baseball
get this
season.
season
So
going.
excited.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
So excited.
I don't even know what to watch for with the Braves this year, man. Like our pitching staff is still decent, but
Well, your Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr. are starting the year on injured reserve. So, yeah, let's not worry about that right now.
yeah. And so it's
But
I mean,
have to
I
get
might as well
Brother
just-
his brother made the Mets roster.
did he really?
Yes, he
Brother's
did.
his brother's not bad.
His brother, Ronald Acuna, came out and said his brother's better than him.
Oh, of course he's gonna say that. What's up, Tanner? How you doing,
I
man?
actually wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna take a lot because Junior's good.
You want to hit on the betting scene a little bit? I don't know much about the betting scene. Jets parlay and AC this weekend. Fields throws 3,500 and Wilson 1,500 receiving.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
They did play together in college, though.
Yeah.
I think that's
That
3,500.
helps.
Fields is being really generous.
You think so? 3,500? That seems on the low end nowadays, though, with the way the league's built.
Not with him. He hasn't really been a starter and consistent. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And he wants to know if anybody watches the UFL. I have not watched UFL.
So
Braves are gonna
funny.
start slow. They're gonna be in the
Mom
wild
over
card
the
picture
last
game.
probably
I hope so, man.
8 years has really gotten into football.
Has she?
Oh God,
Loves her
College
Niners,
football
though.
every Saturday. Niners, and she loves the Bulldogs.
Bang, bang.
Oh,
Niners,
really?
bang.
Georgia, huh?
She's a Georgia fan. Yeah,
Okay.
she was down there when they were hot. She lived down there when they were like hot.
So she
And
was around
everybody
all the
down
fans.
there was
Yeah.
So she just like fell right into it.
They molded her.
Brady, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the Yankees are still favored to win the American League.
That's not surprising. He wants to talk about how many Yankees fans will be crying when the season's over after a slow start in April.
I don't think so. Last year, I was all gloom and doom. I think I picked the Orioles to win the division. I don't feel that way this year. I think they got better, actually. I know Cole's down, but I think they're going to play better.
We're an emotional, spoiled bunch. Leave us alone, sir. I'll have to make it a point to watch some more baseball this year, man. I like I said, I've been a terrible sports fan the last couple of years. I just have not been into it. My teams have disappointed me, but I gotta do better. Rick's on your side, Justin. You'll be happy.
Mets
Robbie-
rotation.
Robbie, really?
You
Maybe
shake your
maybe
head.
the
They
Orioles.
led the league in ERA in spring.
Yeah.
That's spring
And
training.
I get that.
That's like the Blue Jays won the Grapefruit
That's-
League championship.
You're not worried about the
Practice.
Yankees who have their entire roster in the fucking ward right now because they can't stay healthy.
No.
Yikes.
Listen, we missed Cole the first 3 months of the season last year. So we lose him for a whole year. We still got Max Fried. Will Warren is doing well. I'm good with this. I really am. If we didn't make the moves we did, then yes, I'd write the season off right now. People forget we still have Bellinger. We made some really good moves. We got Williams from Milwaukee. We have a real closer now. I'm not worried.
I have never wanted to root so hard against the Yankees now.
I'm not worried now.
I
not.
rooted real hard against them in the late 90s and early 2000s.
One
Especially the late
year, one time in the last fucking 10 years, they make the World Series and they're back to being fucking Yankee fans. God damn.
Wait, who?
They're like Dallas fans.
All
No,
of
you're
you.
not. No,
All of you.
No, sir. Do not.
All of
put me in
you.
that-
I am
No.
lumping you right in with them.
I am not
You
part of that
don't see
category,
it,
sir.
but I 100% do.
I agree with you. There are bandwagon fans. Just like if the Giants in football start playing better, there's going to be all those bandwagon fans on your tails. I get it. But no, I'm not that guy.
The Yankee fans are a different breed. Ugh,
True Yankee
and
fans
it's
are not.
disgusting. True Yankee fans are the epitome of what I'm talking about.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, because they have all the legends to speak of.
I hate when Yankee fans say we have 27 rings. That means shit the following year.
Yeah.
We have a very successful franchise.
I'm pretty
don't get
sure
me
that's
wrong.
come out of this fucker's mouth multiple times.
When you tell me the organization as a whole is better, yes, I will use that argument. The team this year is, in my opinion, better than last year. Yes, we lost Cole. But that's what I'm going to tell you. I told you guys at the beginning of last season, I didn't think the Yankees were going to win the division. I was
Yeah.
straight up, and I said Baltimore's a better team. I was wrong. I will tell you when my team is shit and when it's not.
I thought the Mets were going to be the worst team in the East last year.
They were for a while, and then they got their shit together.
Listen, man, it's hard to be the worst team in the East when we play in the same division as the Marlins. All right.
No, not when I was looking at the Mets the way they were last year.
Yeah. But
They were 0-4 when I first went to go see them last year. There were, Chris, give me your best guess. Maybe 2,000 people in the stadium. Maybe.
Well, it's because you're on a dreary April day and it was raining. It was a doubleheader, wasn't it?
It was a doubleheader because it got rained out the day before.
Well, yeah, that's
Why?
probably why.
So I got to watch my Mets go 0-5. Lindor proceeds to, I think, strike out 3 times in the next game. And I lost it. I fucking screamed at him. And there's nobody in the stadium, and you can hear it.
Justin-
I fucking lit into him.
He's taking credit for Lindor's success last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he turned it around in May. Yep.
I think Lindor has a legitimate shot at MVP this year if he stays healthy all year. I really do. I don't see how you can give Ohtani the MVP again. He's not going to duplicate what he did last year. 50-50. He's going to be pitching this year, I think.
But what if he
I
does?
don't see. If he does it again, good for him. But I think there's too many. I don't know how to. It's going to sound like a double-edged sword with this. There's too many bats on that team. They're going to have to choose their battles wisely, and I think they're going to pitch around him a lot more.
So here's a question for you though. Are you just against people winning it multiple years in a row? Would you like to see the love spread around?
No.
Or is it like, because I feel like what we're watching with Ohtani is like something that comes around once in a generation.
Yeah.
Right.
The best
so
player
like
on their team.
if he's performing at that level, if he's performing at top tier levels with the bat and on the mound, it's something you've never seen before, and you're probably not going to see again. There's not many people that are going to go this route. There's not many teams that are going to be willing to take a chance on people who are trying to do something like this. So, I mean, I think if he performs at that level again, how do you not give him the MVP?
If he pitches well, this year, you're looking at a modern day Babe Ruth. I know people are
Yeah.
saying that all the time. The dude hit 50 home runs, stole 50 bases. If you added 10 or 15 wins on a pitcher's mound through that dude, forget it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to have him hit on the days he pitches. They'd be stupid not to, but
Yeah.
I know they're going to want him to kind of take a break too. But the dude's incredible. There's no denying it. He's incredible. Him and Judge, I'm glad when Ohtani went to the Dodgers because it got him and Judge out of the argument in the league, in the American League. So now they both won last year. If they win it 10 years in a row, they obviously deserved it.
Yeah.
But this could be another conversation for another day. But these people that vote for this shit and the Hall of Fame voting system is just fucked beyond all recognition.
The Hall of Fame voting is kind of nuts, man. Like there are some people, and feeling like you need to make somebody wait and not get inducted their first chance. That's obscene. Like if you know someone's going to get in, you let them in. Like that's crazy.
They should change it up. You have one shot on the ballot. You can have 30 people. But now it's like there's 10, 15 guys on a ballot. There's probably more now. I don't know the exact number, but you could potentially get 7, 8 people in an election cycle. If you did away with that, you get one shot on the ballot. So these guys retired. These are the ones that are eligible. Boom, in they go or not. It's out. Robbie, I don't like that idea because you're going to get people stuffing ballot boxes. There needs to be a change with some of these older voters that have no clue.
Yeah, that reminds me of
they need to get the steroid era guys in.
They should. Yeah. Even if it's a separate wing.
Even if you want to put an asterisk by their name, whatever.
Not even that.
That
was what the game was at the time.
I remember every day.
You can't say their numbers are bloated when everybody was doing this shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use this argument. I'm going to use Barry Bonds as the prime example. There was so much speculation around Bonds using steroids. Show me a failed PED test.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And regardless, he was a Hall of Famer before he started.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
Like, the man had a Hall of Fame career before 2000.
Yep. So show me a failed test. David Ortiz failed the test. He's in. And I'm not picking on him because he's a Red Sox. I love David Ortiz. But he failed the test, and he's in there.
Yeah, and then this not voting because you don't like the person.
Crazy. Yeah.
That was the big thing with Roger Clemens. The big thing.
Yep, but why Ken Griffey Jr., Ichiro, Derek Jeter? There should have been so many more unanimous Hall of Famers, and they weren't.
Well, Griffey Jr., if he would have stayed healthy, he should have been.
He should have been without being injured. With being injured, the guy was on another planet.
He was, but he had an issue staying healthy.
Mo Vaughn just admitted he did steroids. Robbie said, "Did you hear that? I didn't hear that."
No, me neither. That's the first time hearing that one. There's a lot of them that probably did it.
Yeah, and his year off between the Angels and the Mets to recover. It was like human growth.
HGH. Yeah. And see, so here's another situation. Andy Pettitte pitched for the Yankees, lefty, did HGH when he was injured, failed a drug test. He was doing it for recovery. He wasn't doing it to his numbers were status quo. Well, I shouldn't say status quo. His numbers were standard, like not standard, it's not the word I'm looking for. Consistent.
Consistency.
That dude was on point. He could have been a Hall of Famer, but steroids.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to hold them out, you got to go retroactive to all the players that played in like the 70s and 80s who have admitted that there were just bowls with pills.
Yeah.
That they would grab handfuls and fucking pop before games. Speed, Coke, all of it.
Let's pull Mickey Mantle and Babe Ruth out because they were raging alcoholics. Mantle even said he was drunk a few times when he was playing. So take them out too.
Well, that's not a performance enhancer, though, is
it? Depends on what sport you're playing.
Yeah. All right, so I want to hit. Since we're talking about Babe and stuff like that, I want to hit a question about Babe Ruth that I think about often. I don't know if you guys have been asked this question before. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've thought about this question before. If Babe Ruth played in today's era with the pitchers that we have, the gas that they're throwing, the different kinds of pitches they're throwing, do you think he would still be as dominant a hitter as he was back then?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
As he was then, or is like he all jacked now and
As he was then, him who he was
absolutely
back then.
not. He
Why
doesn't
do you
touch
say
what they're
not?
he doesn't touch what they're throwing now.
If he had the equipment, the balls that they hit now are much harder. The fences are much shorter. I'm going to disagree with you on this one all day long.
I don't think he catches up to any of it.
I was going to say, I feel like there were not a lot of pitchers throwing over 90 back then.
Okay.
And the movement you're going to see coming out of pitcher's hands, he's not going to touch them.
But again, that's a ball issue. It's a seam issue. Corey, you should know this. You pitched. You know the seams are different. It's going to give you more movement. So when you have a different ball in your hand, yeah, you're not going to get as much movement. Just my opinion. I think if he had more time, because he was just a pure contact hitter, if he had time to adjust to it, of all people, he'd probably be one that would adjust to it. And again, the bats are heavier, the balls are lighter back then. If you use a lighter bat with a harder ball and a shorter fence, I think he still is good.
See, here's how I'm imagining it. I'm imagining him as he was back then, using the same bat he used back then, because he used a damn redwood when he was hitting back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm imagining him still using all that same stuff. I'm not assuming he's using different equipment because he is who he is, whatever. And if he was to still use the same bat he did back then and have the same swing he had back then, just watching the videos that I've seen of him hitting, I'm amazed he hit the ball as far as he did. It was such an awkward swing to me.
Yep.
Such an awkward swing. And I feel like he could, like Justin said, I feel like he'd have a hard time catching up with some of the pitchers today and hitting some of the pitches that they're throwing now. The breaking pitches today are so much crazier than back then.
Yeah, but I'll argue this point. You have two people in the history of the sport that have surpassed his home run total. He was a good hitter. Now, if you were to ask me something,
so I'm saying you got a lot of great hitters in today's era too, and
they're not approaching 700 home runs though.
But that's my
because
point.
The pitching's better.
Different. That's what I'm saying. They're still doing this against this pitching.
The pitching's got a lot better.
I'm saying that the hitter can adapt, and I think, and this again, it's opinion. Babe Ruth would adapt and hit the ball because he was just a pure contact hitter.
I think he would have to take it a lot more seriously if he played today.
Absolutely. He would not survive on beer and hot dogs.
Yes.
I think he would struggle to be average.
If he could take it seriously and improve and get in shape and, be top tier in that way physically, then maybe he could. But I think the Babe from back then, I don't think he would do what he did back then against today's pitching. I'm going to be like Public Enemy number one.
I honestly like him playing back then is playing in a beer league.
Yeah, it's just a different generation.
Go find the best hitter in one of these good beer leagues around here and put them in the pros and see what they do. And I think that's Babe Ruth.
So that's
a little more harsh than I was thinking.
I'll spin this, and I'm not meaning to bring race into this at all. Babe Ruth, the players, there was more players that came into this too. Once Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier and the league expanded. But I'm just going to throw this in there. I still think he does as good as he did. Just because, again, I'll throw this in there. The equipment, the size of the fields, everything else, I think he does okay.
See, I don't think he'd be as good as he was. I still think he would be able to be a decent player. I don't think he would do what he did, though. And then Justin, he says he wouldn't even be average.
I think he would struggle to be average.
So you think that entire league back then would not be able to play against the players of today?
No. And that's just because of the advancement in technology, the way they take care of themselves, the way they train year round. It is their life now.
Correct. And that's kind of what Corey and I are saying. If he took care of himself and took it serious, and he was given the equipment that these players have today, I think he's right in the conversation.
Maybe, but I can't take him that way because that's not how he
was.
or they approach the game, and that's all I'm basing it off of.
Right.
I understand that part. I'm not saying you're wrong. I understand that part.
Like, I mean, and I'm serious when I say like the league back then is like really good beer leagues now. That
it's a lot. It really, when you watch old film, it's so much different. So much different. But I will say, even against the slower pitching, a 500-foot bomb at the Polo Grounds is still a 500-foot bomb off a wooden bat
with a leather baseball.
It's still wild.
No cork center, a leather ball.
So he could still hit the ball a mile, but I mean, the thing is, he'd have to catch up to it. If he did catch up to it, it would go, but he'd have to catch it first. Hey, that was a good way to end that. I like that. That was a good one.
At 8:03.
At 8:03. On the money, baby. All right. You got anything else for us tonight before we head out?
No, sir.
I'm good.
No? You want to plug tomorrow for yourselves?
Wrestling show tomorrow.
We'll discuss the color yellow.
I guess I gotta watch and find this out.
Justin,
that's what I'm about to do.
Quiz you tomorrow, Justin, if you can figure out what the orange reference is.
Okay.
Orange reference. Okay.
Yeah.
It's probably an orange thong or something.
Jeez.
I'm not giving you any hints, but just figure out what the orange reference is.
I'll watch Bailey closely.
I do.
Don't worry.
I had to say, I sent Justin, I clipped something, I should put it up, but I sent Justin a clip that I made about the day after the Royal Rumble, and we'll discuss this tomorrow night, so we'll kind of just throw this in there. And I said, you heard it here first at 7:38, whatever time it was, on that there was going to be a triple threat match between Punk, Cena, and Rollins. And I sent it to him.
I'm gonna like it. I'm liking it. It's just Punk and Rollins deserve their own big run.
Like I said, man, I don't disagree with you on a lot of this stuff. I'm just telling you what's going to happen, not necessarily what I want to see happen.
But I do like what's
Triple H, the king of swerves.
Dude is something else. So,
all right.
But yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., we will be here, raising hell.
Oh yeah. To everybody that hung out with us tonight and jumped into chat for our sports talk, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here with us. Until next time, tomorrow night WWE show, we will see you all later.
Later.